Hey folks, it's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community in the world. Today is Saturday, August 5th. Hope you're well. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a great weekend. And in this edition of Rapid Fire News, this is going to be for coverage from July 29th to August 4th. If you're not familiar with this new format, usually on the weekend, I do a rapid fire news update for the week that just happened, and we discuss just a high-level overview of these, something that you might have missed. So we'll discuss everything that I think is important for us to go over. And like I said, the format of this video isn't to give you all of the news about a specific headline or anything like that. It's just to bring it to your attention. And then we dive into a little bit of it. And then if it's something that you missed or would like to learn more about, you can research it on your own time. But before we get to it, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, click the bell, you'll be notified on any future videos or whenever I do a live stream. And then I try to keep these videos around 10 minutes as well. So we're going to do this, like I said, rapid fire news update. This is from 1 week ago, so July 29th. Washington launches online portal to reimburse people criminalized by unconstitutional MJ drug convictions. So gotta love to see that, because it's medicine of the future, and the fact that people have convictions for a plant that grows, in nature and is medicine is just, it's absolutely despicable. Charlotte's Web Q2 2023 earnings call and webcast notice. So this was sent July 28th. So the call is going to take place prior to market open on August 10th. So financial results, is prior to open on August 10th, and the call is going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern time. We also have an article here from Yahoo Finance saying that Tilray Brands is break even on the horizon. So it talks about the company's 1.3 US billion market cap, just over 2 billion here in Canada, announced a loss of 1.4 billion USD on May 31st, 2023 for its most recent financial year. And then if we scroll down here, Tilray Brands is bordering on break even, according to 10 American pharmaceutical analysts. They expect the company to post a final loss in 2025 before turning a profit of US 8.9 million in 2026. I think it could happen a lot sooner than that, but yeah, definitely over the next couple of years. And I think Tilray, never been more bullish on Tilray. I think Tilray is going to be one of those companies that really stands the test of time, and that is going to be here in 5, 10 plus years from now. And keep in mind, their recent financials didn't have any Hexo on it. So in the next quarter, we should have a couple of months of Hexo, and then 2 to 3 quarters that we'll get a real idea of what that juggernaut is capable of. Another Minnesota Indian tribe votes to launch recreational MJ sales ahead of state licensing system. So the White Earth Nation Tribal Council voted on Friday to legalize recreational MJ and could begin selling it on the reservation, both to tribal and non-tribal members, as soon as this week. And that was published on July 30th. House panel calls on FDA to regulate CBD foods for foods and beverages. So lawmakers and witnesses called on the FDA to regulate CBD for use in foods, beverages, and dietary supplements at a House committee hearing last week, and that was reported on July 31st. Uruguay's historic legalization 6 years and more than 10 million grams later, the South American country became the first in the world to legalize MJ in 2013, and sales began in 2017. So this month marks 6 years since Uruguay launched legal recreational sales in the country, and newly released data illuminates how successful the MJ program has been. And this is just a glimpse into the future, and a reason why, we're going to see this once game theory plays out, once one domino starts to go, right? Canada, Uruguay, and there's tons of other markets and countries that are going to be doing it as well. Once one goes, they all go. It's game theory playing out. Love to see it. Study ranks New York City as top MJ consuming city in the world. And yeah, and I mentioned how bullish I was on New York City going legal, and I would agree that market is going to be absolutely massive. Also very underrated is the Latin America market as well, in my opinion. New MJ consumption lounge license approved in Nevada. So LA Lounge LLC has received its first conditional MJ consumption license for a business that isn't a dispensary. Can't wait to check some of those out in the future whenever I go to Nevada next. And like I said, it's just going to be game theory, right? Once one does it, it's going to roll out pretty much all over the globe, in my opinion. Cresco Labs and Columbia Care terminate merger. So again, I did a video on this, repeating this again, but if you haven't seen that, you can check out the video that I did on it as well if you want my thoughts and opinions and the full details on that. New York adult use operator reports 12 million in MJ sales in the first 6 months. So Housing Works, MJ Co., the first adult use retailer to open in New York, generated 12 million in sales in the first 6 months of operations, and it's only only just the beginning. Colorado's MJ party buses keep chugging along. The MJ bus services hit the road earlier this year, so another cool thing that I'll definitely want to be checking out in the future. I was in Colorado, I think it was about a year and a half ago, and yeah, this is something I didn't see, and would love to see that. Love to partake. U.S. lawmakers file a bill to ease federal employment restrictions on MJ use. So a new bill would prevent past and current MJ use from being the sole grounds of denial of federal employment or security clearance. Again, love to see it. Small MJ businesses take advantage of supported 280E loophole. So a growing number of MJ businesses are taking advantage of the tax strategy that might reduce the costly financial burden imposed by Section 280E of the federal tax code. And then we also know I did an update on it not too long ago. I did a video on New Jersey governor signing a bill into which is basically helping companies get around 280E. So we're starting to see more and more states enact different legislation to help work around this burden. And in my opinion, if we get HHS review here, 1 year mark will be in October. If they reschedule it to anything other than 1 or 2, if they reschedule it to 3 or higher, then 280E goes away, right? So safe banking doesn't eliminate 280E, at least not in the current verbiage, but rescheduling would. So I think that's our most likely scenario to play out into the fall, and I think that's what's going to knock us out of this bear market and start a multi-year bull market. Canadian MJ producer MetaPharm exports MJ oil to U.S. for first clinical trial. The global MJ stock index jumps in July, so MJ stocks began the year with a bounce that ended quickly with an all-time low set in June for the global MJ stock index. But July was strong. The index rallied 13.1% to 8.48. 7 unlicensed MJ stores shut down across New York. So New York MJ regulators and law enforcement agencies said they shut down 7 unlicensed MJ stores in Cayuga, Oswego, and Wayne counties on Monday. Yeah, so goes to show you, if you can't fight the government, right? And this happened in Toronto. There was tons of companies, like dispensaries, companies, flying under the radar, so to speak, and it's just a matter of time, right? But it needs to be regulated. I'm not downplaying that. I think that people should, businesses should go the right way about it, and it should be regulated, just like alcohol and tobacco, in my opinion. Long shot effort to repeal medical MJ in South Dakota launches. So a South Dakota man has launched an effort to convince voters to repeal the state's medical MJ law. Get out of here with that nonsense. Everybody do the opposite of what that person is saying. White House drug Caesar says Biden's MJ pardons. So the czar, Biden's MJ pardons and rescheduling review can help resolve policy conflicts. The White House drug czar says that the president's MJ pardons and scheduling directive last year are part of the effort to create a more cohesive MJ policy within a patchwork of state legalization models. So again, we should see some sort of scheduling review, in my opinion, by the end of the year. But interesting article nonetheless. Arkansas law protecting medical MJ patients' gun rights officially takes effect. That was on August 1st. And then we also have Trulieve opening a relocated medical MJ dispensary in Kissimmee, Florida. Very nice. I was actually just there in, was it January? And last January as well. Love it there. I got some friends in Florida as well. Can't wait to go back. And hopefully they get it recreational, legal over the next couple of years. May even be on the 2024 ballot. I doubt it, but hopefully by 2025. Aurora launches innovative infused pre-rolls with 50% plus THC for medical MJ patients on Aurora Medical. So finally starting to see some products from Aurora that actually don't look terrible. Never really was a big fan of their products, but this is definitely going to appeal to consumers, in my opinion. Forefront Ventures to report second quarter 2023 financial results on August 15th, 2023. CV Sciences Inc. to announce second quarter 2023 results on August 14th. And then Mary Jones named Best MJ Soda by High Spirit Awards. Can't wait to try those out. Illinois MJ among most expensive MJ in America. Here in Canada, it's like dirt cheap. You can get 3.5 grams of 31% bud for like $16 Canadian with tax included. $17, basically $17. So American dollars, you're looking at like $12, right? Which is just insane. You used to pay that for 1 gram, not 3.5. Idaho activists continue to drive to get medical MJ measure on the 2024 ballot. Also, Montauk Brewing from Tilray further expands distribution across Northeast and launches market presence in Pennsylvania. Again, great to see. Canada faces potential class action suit ex-MJ legalization chair says. So Canada's federal government could face legal consequences for failing to facilitate research on potential health issues experienced by MJ smokers, according to the former chair of the task force that laid the groundwork for recreational legalization in the country. So interesting article. Hawthorne, and we know that Canada's the biggest creditor and the biggest beneficiary of legalization of MJ here in Canada. And now they could potentially be getting sued. We'll see. Hawthorne sales surged 67% sequentially to 154.5 million. Also, Zigzag sales in Q2 grew 12% sequentially to 46.7 million. In other news, Maryland MJ sales reached a record high of 87 million in the first month of adult use legalization. Crazy. MaryMed, who also operates in Maryland. MaryMed reports second quarter 2023 earnings. I did a video on this, so I'm not going to dive into that, but definitely a nice looking business here, and some numbers. They're kind of going slow before they learning to walk before they run, so to speak. So one of those companies that have been really good stewards of capital and that have been working around that 280E tax burden. Minnesota low dose THC beverage market is booming. Avicanna completes MJ unit acquisition from Shoppers Drug Mart. Also, Ohio Recreational MJ Group claims enough signatures to qualify for ballot. Again, awesome to see. June MJ sales pick up. So cannabis sales increased 0.3% sequentially in June after decreasing 0.5% in May, according to MJ data analytics from BDSA. Colorado governor says MJ and psychedelics legalization has been very good for his state. And again, game theory is most likely to play out, right? More and more will follow suit. SNDL to announce second quarter 2023 financial results on August 14th. And wrapping up here, New Jersey officials order police department to reinstate officer who was fired over MJ and with back pay. Take them apples. How do you like that? Germany scaled back MJ law, still faces EU hurdles, as we know. Illinois sets 2023 MJ sales record with 140 million in recreational purchases in July. Staggering numbers. It's only the beginning. Maine governor signs bill allowing state-level MJ business tax deductions that are prohibited under federal IRS 280E tax code. So seeing more and more states, follow the same pathway. And then also Florida MJ legalization campaign is a truly monopoly push, the state says, which we know they have an absolute stranglehold on the medical market there in Florida, and I would have to agree. But very interesting article. Can't get into the details because, like I said, trying to keep it around 10 minutes, between 10 and 15 minutes is a sweet spot. But let me know what you think of these new videos and this format. Is there anything you would like to see seen done differently or more of? Let me know in the comments below what you think of this news, and we'll continue the conversation in the comment section. But going down it there, it's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on the next video.